self-made British kingpin of the green trade. He's chatting with his wife on the phone at a bar, reminding her not to forget their dinner tonight. But then, a strange man's voice comes from the other end. His attention is instantly hijacked by that conversation on the other line, completely unaware of the killer standing right behind him. Hey everyone, I'm FilmFlix. Today I'm bringing you another masterpiece from the genius director, Guy Ritchie. As the Central Park Man. Our boss Mickey, at the bar, was once a brilliant Oxford student in the US. Born poor, but blessed with a razor-sharp brain. He earned scholarships like he was collecting Pokemon. However, that still wasn't enough for an ambitious Mickey. So instead of finishing his studies, he went into the herbal business. He knew only one way out of a life scraping by. Using his natural ruthlessness soon enough, Mickey rose from a nobody to a full-blown king of the Green Empire. He built his own underground trade. However, midlife fatigue made him want to wash his hands clean.
Hang up his boots. After all, who wants to sling dope forever?
At a dinner, he meets a wealthy Jewish businessman, Matthew. He plans to sell his empire for $400 million. That's pounds, and compared to his annual profit of 50 tons of herbs, that's pocket change. But in tiny old England, Matthew can't help but wonder how Mickey manages to grow that much stuff without cops sniffing around. After all, England's land is cramped and crowded. Privacy basically zero. Even private land has nosy dog walkers wandering in. And don't forget helicopters and satellites overhead. Growing weed undetected in England is practically a fantasy. To sweeten the deal, Mickey reveals his secret to Matthew. In England, nobles own vast estates, but their heirs face brutal inheritance taxes and mansion repair costs.
Enter Mickey,
the guardian angel of the broke aristocrats. He rents their estates for a hefty fee. And the rich kids, thrilled with quick cash, never ask what he's doing with their land. And just like that, Mickey secures 12 farms and over 1,000 barns nationwide. Well, a discreet, blooming empire of green gold. He then shows Matthew one of his greenhouses. To the naked eye, it's just a dull shipping container. A $400 million garden shed. A secret entrance? Hidden right under the office desk.
Matthew's jaw drops.
Inside lies the greenest paradise in all of Britain. Here, the world's best botanists and latest tech flourish.
And that's not all. He's got multiple secret gardens just like it.
Impressed, Matthew beams like he's found the Garden of Eden. Mickey adds, once legalization hits, these sites will rake in $500 billion a year.
Matthew's eyes pop. Then why sell it? Because Mickey's hands, quite literally, are blood-stained.
When the business goes legit, the government will need a clean record frontman. Besides, Mickey wants to spend time with the one he loves, his wife. Having seen the production, Matthew now demands to know the entire distribution network. Mickey smirks. We'll talk business when I see your money. So far, no cash. Later that night, Mickey tells his wife he's ready to retire. Mrs. Mickey, aka Lady Fraser, runs a luxury car mod shop. If Mickey is a cowboy hat version of Caesar, then she's London's own Cleopatra. She's also his only soft spot. His real reason for quitting: to enjoy a normal life with her. Meanwhile, as Matthew hesitates, a new player enters, the Chinese gangster, Dry Eye. He too wants to buy Mickey's empire. But so far, Mickey hasn't seen a single pound from Matthew. So next, Mickey meets his wife again and tells her about his plan to retire, to hang up his gloves for good. Mrs. Mickey, Lady Fraser, runs a luxury car modification shop. If Mickey's the cowboy version of a mafia boss, then she's London's own Cleopatra in high heels, and she's the only person who can tame him. The main reason Mickey wants to quit is to live a peaceful life with his wife for once. While Matthew's still hesitating, another contender steps up. Dry Eye, a Chinese gangster. He too wants Mickey's throne. Dry Eye's main business, smuggling cars, auto parts, and illegal immigrants. Compared to Mickey's empire, that's child's play. Behind him stands an elder brother, George. But Dry Eye wants to rise on his own, no big brother attached. So he uses car parts as bribes to impress Lady Fraser. Thanks to her, he finally gets to meet Mickey. Introduced politely, of course. But to Mickey, Dry Eye's just small fry. He barely acknowledges the guy. Dry Eye says he knows Mickey's planning to retire and hopes he'll accept his generous offer. Of course, his number's laughably low. However, Dry Eye also implies Mickey's old and should quit gracefully, before someone makes him quit. Yep, that's a threat with extra spice.
Not a smart move.
Those words carry bullets, metaphorically. Mickey imagines himself pulling a gun and mocking Dry Eye mercilessly.
That's old Mickey, hot-headed and brutal.
But these days he's calmer, more civilized. He's evolved from beast to gentleman.
A lion doesn't roar back at hyenas.
He just stares. So all the nonsense Dry Eye spews goes in one ear and out the other. Mickey simply says, "Get lost." That's it. But that night, his container facility gets raided by a bunch of wannabe gangsters. They storm the farm, tearing the place apart. The guards, old veterans, just aren't what they used to be. They can't handle young boxers hopped on adrenaline. The gang loots everything, recording it all on video. Then they load up a van full of herbs and head back to the boxing gym. Turns out these masked men are all students from that very gym. They even remix the footage with rap music and upload it to a short video site. Within minutes, boom. The video goes viral with millions of views. But when the coach finds out what they did, he nearly faints. He realizes his students just robbed a major kingpin. That's not the kind of cardio you recover from. So he freaks out and orders them to delete the video immediately. When Mickey hears his base was hit, he quickly connects the dots. It all happened right after meeting Matthew and rejecting Dry Eye. Clearly, someone's playing chess, not checkers. So Mickey sends out his right-hand man Raymond to investigate who's behind it. The next day, Matthew meets with Mickey again. He's heard about the raid. So he brings a special gift, a tiny golden pistol, stylish. Looks like their deal's still alive. But fate's not kind. Mickey's farm shut down because of that viral video. Business takes a heavy hit. If he doesn't fix this fast, he'll lose millions and credibility. Reluctantly, Mickey shuts down the raided site to save the rest. Sometimes retreat means survival. But when it rains, it pours, literally. A nobleman who'd rented land to Mickey shows up in panic. His beloved daughter, Laura, is missing. She's a small-time British pop singer. But ever since she met a junkie named Pete, she's gone downhill fast. Now she's into all kinds of bad powder and bad men.
And now she's missing.
Mickey assigns his trusted right-hand man Raymond to handle it. Raymond takes the case. He quickly tracks down Laura's location. When the others won't cooperate, Raymond steps back a few paces. His men get the silent signal and bust down the door. They storm straight in and focus on getting Laura home. While Raymond negotiates upstairs, his bald subordinate waits outside, and some random thugs walk by and start picking a fight. The bald guy tries to buy peace by offering them some cash. He's got bigger things to worry about tonight. But once they get paid, the punks get cocky and push harder. Finally, the bald guy decides it's time to reveal the truth, his truth anyway. Once they see who they're dealing with, instant respect. The punks start to back off, but before they can leave, someone falls from above.
A man hits the pavement, dead.
The idiots whip out their phones to take photos. Because of course, clout caution. Turns out in the scuffle upstairs, one of Raymond's men
Accidentally shoved the guy right off the balcony.
Raymond immediately realizes this cannot, under any circumstances, go public. Otherwise it's game over. So he orders his men, chase down anyone with footage. The punks lead them straight back to their hideout.
Outnumbered, the punks start talking trash again.
Raymond stays calm, offering to buy the phone back. But the punks mock him instead. Bad idea. Raymond's patience runs out. He gives his men the look. Seconds later, they retrieve the first phone, then the second.
Only one thug remains on a bicycle.
He pedals off like his life depends on it, keeps glancing back, taunting the black guy chasing him. Raymond, being clever, drives ahead and parks in the path.
Door open, bam, one biker down.
All caught on camera by a mysterious man in the shadows. He records everything.
Every little thing.
Meanwhile, back at the boxing gym, the coach learns that the herbs his students stole belong to Mickey, and that Mickey is not someone you mess with. So he personally visits Raymond to apologize. He knows his students' antics have caused major damage. To make amends, he returns everything they stole and offers to do 3 favors for Raymond. Raymond, curious, agrees to listen. First, he wants to know, how did the students even find the farm? The coach brings in a gang member named Fuck.
That's favor number 1.
Fuck's the one who leaked the farm's location. Raymond instantly recognizes him as one of Dry Eye's men, and poor Fook also suffers from severe asthma. Faced with suffocation, he spills everything. Dry Eye was behind the whole thing. They don't want blood on their hands, though. So after extracting info, they untie him and give him his inhaler. But the little rat bolts right onto the train tracks. You can guess how that ended.
Splat!
Once Mickey hears this, he steps in personally. He goes to see George, Dry Eye's boss. He bribes the chef first, classic move. Slips something in George's tea, and torches his factory. Over tea, Mickey explains that Dry Eye's been going rogue, biting the hand that feeds him, even taking over George's factory. Mickey grows more furious with every word, but he's a reformed man now. He lets George live. A gift of mercy, one last time. After Mickey leaves, George calls Dry Eye in fury. At first, Dry Eye blames everything on his underling fuck. But when George presses him, asks if he tried to secretly buy Mickey's business, Dry Eye admits it. He decides to come clean. Honesty before bullets, right? George listens, then calmly orders his men to kill Dry Eye. But surprise, the henchman turns the gun around and shoots George instead. Bang, power shift complete. Meanwhile, Mickey heads to a bar and calls his wife, and we're back to the opening scene.
That mysterious male voice on the phone.
Yeah, it's Dry Eye. Mickey's so focused on the call he doesn't notice a killer sneaking up.
A gunshot rings out, but Mickey survives.
Thanks to James, who senses something's wrong and tackles him to safety.
That voice on the phone, Dry Eye again. Realizing his wife's in danger,
Mickey speeds home. Dry Eye's already there, oozing bad intentions. Mrs. Fraser whips out the golden pistol. Matthew had given Mickey, classy and deadly, but only 2 bullets. 2 bullets, and one very persistent pervert. She fires, then lunges into hand-to-hand combat. Just as Dry Eye overpowers her and leans in, grossly, Mickey bursts in and ends it with a bang.
crisis averted.
Later that evening, Raymond's cooking dinner at home. A shadowy figure appears behind him, a private detective named Frankie. Frankie confesses that he was hired by a newspaper mogul named Deppy for $150,000 to dig up dirt on Mickey and his crew. But why, you ask? Let's rewind a few months. At a posh charity gala, Depp, the editor-in-chief, had tried to shake Mickey's hand. Mickey refused in front of everyone.
Social death, brutal.
Humiliated, Depp swore revenge. Frankie says after days of tailing, he's gathered all the dirt possible on both Mickey and Raymond. But now, Frankie's thinking, why sell this gold mine for peanuts? So instead of $150K, he wants $20 million blackmail style. If Raymond refuses, Frankie will expose them. Raymond just smirks. You don't hustle a hustler. So Frankie tries to impress him by narrating the past week's events in full detail, like he's pitching a movie script. Raymond listens quietly. Frankie goes on smugly. He even knows that all of Dry Eye's chaos was actually instigated by, you guessed it, Matthew, including the raid and the viral video stunt.
All to drive down Mickey's asking price.
But Dry Eye, being too ambitious, broke free of Matthew's control. He even killed his own boss, George, to take over. Bold move. And now Dry Eye wants the whole pie to himself. He basically told Matthew to shove off.
Hence the assault on Mickey's wife.
Frankie finishes his report and gives Raymond an ultimatum. 72 hours to pay $20 million or the story goes public. He's confident, thinks he's got them cornered. But Frankie doesn't realize, even if he leaks it, Depp wouldn't dare publish a word.
Why?
Because Depp's been compromised too. The boxing coach got to him first. When Depp tried to threaten Raymond,
he was re-educated.
The coach's men kidnapped Depp that same night. He wakes up naked in a car trunk. The hangover of nightmares. Turns out they drugged him and filmed him with a pig.
Yes, that kind of farm video.
Classic British blackmail. The coach tells Depp, if you don't want to be viral, I stay out of Mickey's way. That's favor number 2 checked off. Raymond then asks the coach for one last job. Favor number 3. The coach agrees, but clarifies he's not doing charity work. He's settling debts.
One favor, one forgiveness.
When this last one's done, they're even.
No more IOUs.
Meanwhile, Mickey takes Matthew
on a little warehouse tour. They're about to discuss the final sale price. Matthew, unaware his little scheme's been exposed, still tries to use the farm raid to bargain Mickey down. He says smugly, your farm's been compromised, the value's tanked. By his calculations, Mickey's empire's now worth $130 million. Mickey doesn't say yes or no. He just slides something across the table. Dry Eye frozen solid. Yep, turned into a human popsicle. Matthew denies knowing him, all innocent-like. But Mickey shows a video. Matthew and Dry Eye plotting side by side. Caught in 4K, buddy.
With evidence that clear, Mickey lays down his terms. $270 million in damages, the farm stays mine. And then just when Matthew thinks it's over, Mickey adds, you dragged my wife into this. The temperature in the room drops 10 degrees. Matthew nods frantically, sweating bullets. Mickey doesn't rant, he just hands a knife to his man. 3 days later, Frankie shows up again, uninvited. He spots a box on the table, thinks it's his $20 million payoff.
Opens it and freezes.
Inside are all the blackmail files he'd compiled and his own insurance documents. Message received, we own you. Turns out, days earlier, Raymond had discovered Frankie tailing Mickey. 3 days before this meeting, he planted a tracker in Frankie's shoe, then sent the boxing coach to retrieve every shred of dirt Frankie had hidden. They found it all, then shoved Frankie into a steel drum. Poetic justice. The coach had officially completed his 3 favors. As he gets ready to leave, phone rings. It's his students here again. They say they want to help the coach one last time. Help him deal with Raymond's boss, Mickey. The coach hangs up, immediately uneasy. He spots two men in black sneaking into an estate.
Something's off.
Meanwhile, Frankie, desperate to save his own skin, blurts out a final secret. The one who tried to kill Mickey at the bar?
Not Matthew.
Not Dry Eye either. It was the father of the guy who fell off the balcony. A powerful oil tycoon, filthy rich and furious. For money and revenge, Frankie had sold intel to the Oil King. The bar shooting? That was the first attempt at payback. Tonight was round 2. As Frankie glances at his watch,
Raymond catches on, too late.
he fires off a text to Mickey. Incoming danger. But it's too late. A gun's already aimed at Mickey. At the same time, 2 gunshots echo across the estate.
Raymond rushes outside, weapon drawn.
Only to find 2 corpses on the ground. The assassins, taken out by the boxing coach. Frankie uses the chaos to slip away. Mickey, expecting death, had braced himself like a soldier. But at the last moment, the coach's students show up and start blasting. They accidentally save Mickey's life. Talk about chaotic good. Sometimes stupidity saves lives. A few days later, Frankie hails a cab to flee the country. But guess who's driving? Raymond, calm, smiling. Game over, detective. The value of a film lies in its story. The value of a review lies in its wit. And that's the end of today's tale.